Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner.
It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Grizzlies come into town for this one. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. The Timberwolves again playing host, continuing their homestand in this one. This game's going to be a challenge for them. Facing one of the top-tier teams in the league, they'll have to be at their best to steal a win here.
And an opportunity for them to even this thing up in terms of the season series. A team they'll see 4 times in all, a win here would boost their confidence in the matchup.
It would be a tremendous boost if they could find a way to snag a win here. They respect their opponent, which is why they are going to bring their A game.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. They've got Marc Gasol, Harrison out there with AI. Then there's Griffin, and it's Caspi in at the small forward position. Steve, how about just getting along? I mean, obviously you want to win and play well, but what about teammates just getting along?
You know, Kevin, I love it because I think there's an expectation if you don't get along, you can't win. There are some teams you can see these two guys don't like each other, and they still win. But then the teams that is sustained for a long time is the teammates that get along. What you want to do is set, goals that's realistic. And if you can do that and attain that, then you have pretty much a good team.
Now here's Wiggins, one of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Griffin kicks to AI. Harrison in the corner. Back to AI. Lays it up off the glass.
And you have to like the location of this pass. Gives it to him where he can do something with it.
And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. 4-point game. Butler deciding where to go with it. Just 5 on the clock. Count that one.
When Butler's not challenging at the rim, this is the next best thing. Does a lot of his damage from the mid-range.
For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Gasol passes to Reyes, and AI throws it down.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Teague finds Wiggins. Now here's Towns. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. And our 3rd month into the season, things becoming a little more clear in the power rankings. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. They slide down to the 3rd spot, trying not to slide any further.
And checking out the Grizzlies, they've blown away the so-called experts' opinions. People who didn't realize how high their ceiling really was.
Griffin passes to Reyes. Outside Butler. Wiggins outside. Teague with the ball. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. And it's Butler with the jam.
And Teague knew that he would be open there. Great patience and vision from the point man.
Down low, Butler with the steal. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Wiggins with the ball. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Wiggins has got his first points of the night.
They already got into a nice flow. 4 for 5 from the field.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. And Jimmy Butler's a very physical wing, as we know. Greg goes about 6'8", 240, and he can D up almost any position.
and the strength to deal with forwards, the quickness to cover guards. Also, he uses that strength to attack the rim and get himself to the line.
Now, here's AI. Coming off a solid outing against Denver. And Caspi kicks to AI. The Grizzlies with another miss. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I did have a chance to catch up with Tom Thibodeau. He said in the first meeting between these teams, his guys weren't as sharp as they needed to be offensively. And he thinks that cost him the game. He told me, if we take care of the basketball and execute in half court like I know we're capable of, it puts us in a good position to win tonight. Well, we'll see if that holds true tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, David. Their focus is going to be on good shot selection here early, guys.
And it's going to take a team effort. They can't have guys going solo and getting themselves into tough one-on-one situations.
It wouldn't hurt to focus on their low post game. It doesn't get any more high percentage than those easy looks in tight.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now here's Griffin. He had 16 points in the win against Denver.
And when you factor in the assist totals, that's a complete game.
And yes, it's good. 6 points for AI.
The capacity at 7-1 to just survey the floor. You're not going to impede Gasol's vision.
And Gibson kicks to Butler. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. Reyes, the pass to Gasol. Back to AI. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
He's got the touch early. Coach, keep feeding him.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
And after a near win, you second-guess a number of things that didn't go your way.
I think looking back on that one, it's a learning experience. We'll see if they can make some of the necessary corrections.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Tolliver comes in for Taj Gibson. Luol Deng is checked in for Andrew Wiggins. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for T. 5 on the clock. Here's Butler. Got a hand on it. Brooks kicks to AI. Here's Jackson. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Outside Rose. But he stays with it. Dang against Brooks. Outside Butler. Over Brooks. Plumlee trying to break loose. And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Dang.
Once he's dialed in, helping to dictate the flow of this game.
AI left side. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Rose gets the bucket. Rose has got his first 2 points of the night.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Jackson down low. Working on Tolliver. Jackson misses. Last outing for Memphis. They won that game against the Nuggets. Deng kicks to Rose. And there's the feed to Butler. And a missed layup.
I love the technique he uses. Leveraging his position down low. Then just using sheer size to snatch the rebound.
Now here's Len. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. AI dishes the Len. The shot, no good. Timberwolves leading by 3. Right side Deng over Brooks. And the shot is long.
And that's a surprise. He's usually deadly from mid-range.
Pass to AI, 14 feet away. No good that time. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. 11 feet away. Rose gets the bucket. Rose has got his second bucket of the night.
You know Derrick Rose is back when you see him pulling up for jump shots like that.
Jackson passes to Harrison. Here's Reyes. Nailed from three-point land.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Outside Rose. Kicks it to Butler. Over AI. Money from the wing. And that's 15 points for Jimmy Butler.
Everything's been working for Butler tonight. He's developing the identity of a superstar.
Jimmy Butler has been on display for Minnesota, going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the tough-nosed Jimmy Butler talks about the mantle of being a franchise player.
Call me a leader, all-star, whatever you want to call it, but
And that's what he worked for. And he works as hard as anyone, Greg, in the NBA.
And you see that competitiveness and desire in his play.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
And boy, I tell you, it didn't take them long to find their rhythm. Strong offense will want.
Yeah, their scoring's been on point. They've got the early lead. Always feels good when that happens.
So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. Brooks and Green at the small and power forward spots. Garrett Temple is out there with AI. And it's Pachulia in at the 5.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
And the pass to Tolliver. Back to Rose. And stolen by AI. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Nuggets delivered quite a performance. He finished with 57 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what became a great exhibition on his part. It's rare to see any player put up numbers like that. It's likely a game he'll always remember. Kevin?
Thanks, David, for another reminder of just what an unbelievable performance that was.
One that everyone's still talking about tonight. He dominated that game in just about every way possible.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what he's got in store for us tonight. Maybe he tops himself again. I think he just might do it.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Left side Rose. Trying to get open as Dang. Green with the rebound.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
Memphis has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Brooks with no one around. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
And the Timberwolves call time here. And Steve, looking at KD's move, the Isaiah Thomas trade, what level of loyalty is there now between players and teams?
You know, I think it comes down to, I know people get upset when, per se, like the Kevin Durant move, but he was a free agent, so he was allowed to move. I think when it comes a little tricky, when you have guys traded, that's when you start to see the players starting to see where they sometimes don't think the organization have loyalty, but sometimes, and you can see organizations a lot of times are just looking to make their teams better, but it really comes down to a trade when the loyalty starts to be questioned.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. Oh, that's offensive interference. Timberwolves trail by 5. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by AI. Here's Griffin. Out to AI. And another basket for Memphis.
Great look by Blake Griffin. When your foreman has that ability to pass the basketball, it's a major advantage.
Outside, Towns. Okogie. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
And I'll tell you, the sooner this quarter can end, the happier he'll be. It's been tough making shots.
Caspi with the bucket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Outside, Towns. To the paint. Okogie, and he makes good on the layup.
High percentage play. Working the ball in close, then the nice move to convert.
Memphis with the ball. They're on a 17-4 run right now. And Gibson over to help. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Blake Griffin, an all-star for his first 5 seasons in the NBA, but not the last 3. He's still an impact player, though. We'll see if he can crack the roster in the East.
Well, as we all know, Blake Griffin, Steve, possessing breathtaking athleticism, but injuries certainly have been a concern.
You're right. A lot of it, just bad luck. A teammate falls on your knee. That kind of thing happens. But his skill level is starting to complement his power. I think he'll be fine.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
That was just a textbook pick that allowed him room, and he took advantage of it.
Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with push.
And one great play leads to another with Teague. His fast hands and fast feet making things happen.
AI gets to Gasol. And stolen by Jeff Teague. His first shot coming late, and the Timberwolves tack on 2 more. Here's Temple, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Reyes, the pass to Griffin. Back to AI. Oh, Griffin in position, throws down the alley-oop slam.
I mean, on those alley-oop plays from Blake Griffin, you can't give him room to take off.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Upper Heaven, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Okogie. That shot misses. And Memphis the other way now.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
It's good.
You know, he had a hot start to this game. He's only gotten hotter. We'll see if the defense makes an adjustment.
And the Timberwolves call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Minnesota. Then for the Grizzlies, Lenz checked in for Gasol. Jackson comes in for Caspi, and Andrew Harrison subbed in for Garrett Temple. AI kicks to Jackson. That one off the back iron and out.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
Wiggins against Jackson. Over to the left wing. Clock at 6. Here's Towns. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Towns has got 4 points in the quarter.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Griffin passes to Reyes. Back to Griffin. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Nice job by Griffin on the pick and roll. Great hands and great finish.
1:32 left in the second quarter. Outside Butler. Passes it to Wiggins. Shoots over Griffin, and it's Wiggins missing.
No one on him. He committed to fading away. Probably could have taken more time with that shot.
The quick look, no good that time. Timberwolves trail by 8. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
He kicks it to Towns. Shoots over Len. Drops it in from 14 feet away. And it's 6 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Harrison passes to Reyes. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And the Grizzlies check on 2 more.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
There's 37 seconds left to play in the first half. T kicks to Butler. A fader. Towns, no luck. Memphis leading by 8. AI outside. Here's Jackson. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively. And quarter's almost over. You don't want to give the ball back here.
Gotta be smart about it. Even if you miss, you want to leave no time on the clock.
With 4 seconds on the clock.
And already a leader at such a young age. Towns' teammates look to him to anchor them on both ends. And he has.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies going into the break with a 10.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, look, defense has stood out for you in the first half. It's like they're playing 5-on-6. What has been the driving force for you there?
Well, I'm trying to keep up the intensity. Now I want to make sure that we're not taking any possessions off, and that all starts with D. We can't let him get comfortable, so we got to keep taking it to him all night long.
So far, the intensity has really been there on that end of the floor. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Really an incredible game from AI.
And through the first 2 quarters, he was extremely aggressive, picked up a number of steals.
He did a nice job reading their plays as they were developing. His anticipation was off the charts.
Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Teague runs the point with Butler at his side. They're the backcourt. And it's Wiggins in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And Griffin slams it in.
He's in a beautiful rhythm. Right now, he's knocking down shots, and he has that scorer's mindset.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hammock. And here's Gibson. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Down by 12. And Blake Griffin draws a lot of fouls from the defense. And you look at his percentage, Steve, at the line. He's turned a weakness certainly into a strength.
It's been a reflection of his work ethic. Year after year, we've seen him make steady improvement at the line.
And that one is good. AI's got 24 points.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Outside Teague. Gibson up top. Back to Teague. Pass to Gibson. Butler on the wing. He's guarded by AI. Butler. It's rebounded by Memphis. Griffin's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Wiggins surveying the floor. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Gibson. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Gibson's got his first bucket in this one. And the Grizzlies leading by 12. Harrison passes to Reyes. And Caspi kicks to Griffin. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Griffin's got 17 now.
Strong move by Blake. As a defender, you just throw your hands up and say, he was better than me on that play.
Outside Butler. Now here's Wiggins. He's tightly guarded, and it goes down 2 points.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking, jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
AI dishes to Griffin. Cans it from downtown. Griffin's got 20.
Firing on all cylinders here in the third. Only 1 miss in 5 attempts.
Outside Gibson. And here is Butler. 15 points in the game. Second chance shot, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
You know, there's nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession. You won.
Garrett Temple has checked in for Harrison.
He's been locked in all night, and he's taking good shots.
And the Timberwolves call time here. And starting out in the shadow of his older brother Powell, Marc Gasol, Steve, has become a superstar in his own right.
Multiple All-Star games and All-NBA first team in 2015. And it's not just the production, it's the leadership.
The field for the three-point contest is about to be finalized. And I'll tell you, we have some shooters here who are going to make this year's event a very heated competition.
Kevin, it always is. There's more pride involved in the three-point contest than in any other part of All-Star Weekend. Each one of those guys wants to prove they are the best shooter in the world.
You look at AI. I think he's going to be a spectator at this year's three-point contest instead of a participant. But everyone knows he's a heck of a shooter.
Yeah, but it's not going to take away from what would be a great contest this All-Star Weekend. The shooters that are lined up to be there are phenomenal.
And the excitement for this year's three-point contest keeps growing as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. Some amazing shooters in line to take part.
Hard to pick a winner out of that group of contenders, but safe to say it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Third three of the game for him, first in this half.
Timberwolves trail by 16. Teague finds Butler. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. AI outside. To the middle, knocked away. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Okogie from 13 feet, it goes down. 8 points for him. Now a timeout called by Memphis. A lot of statistics to try to devour. The plus-minus statistics are some that really stand out for fans and players. How useful you think a tool that is?
You know, I love it, Kevin, because when you get a chance to see the guys who, you know, the stats we look at is rebounds, points, assists, and blocks and steals. There are some guys that make an impact without having those numbers, and it goes by what the score is. And that plus-minus help those guys who I would say not as skillful as some of the guys as far as putting up stats that way, but you can see the team plays better when this guy is on the floor, no matter how many points he scores.
Did you pay attention to the plus-minus?
Kevin, I'm so old, they didn't have plus-minus.
I didn't mean to embarrass you there, Steve. I am so sorry.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Not only does that dunk help in cutting into this lead, but it gives this team a real confidence boost, too.
Brooks kicks to Pachulia. Now, here's AI. He's covered by Rose. And that one drops. And the Grizzlies lead by 15.
As you can imagine, this is where Zaza gets most of his points, right in that painted area.
Rose attacking. That one falls. Rose has got 8 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
To the inside. Tries from 7. And it's Memphis with another.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
You know what? It's two competing philosophies. One team playing it close to the vest, the other fast and loose.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Reyes, the pass to Pachulia. Back to AI. It's hauled in by Tolliver.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Rose attacking. Doesn't go for him. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Here's Reyes. No good on the triple. And so it's Dang bringing it up for Minnesota. There's 1:17 left to play in the third. Pass to Butler. Over Len. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Memphis leading by 13. AI dishes to Jackson. Butler against Brooks. Len high post. Here's Reyes. From outside, off the mark. The Timberwolves shooting 47% since getting things started in the third quarter. Outside Rose. He dishes it to Plumlee. Got a piece of it.
And when you look at the stats, Zaza, not a great shot blocker, but gets all of that one.
Feeds it to AI. Second shot opportunity. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And here we go. Dang heading to the hoop. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Oh, the big man rocking the rim. Good aggressive finish right there.
And usually he leaves those to his teammates.
Well, he saw an opportunity to slam it down, and he seized it.
AI left side. And here's Brooks from outside. Drains the three-pointer. Brooks has got 6 points.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, forcing defenders to come out and guard them, which could open up driving lanes if they want to take advantage of that.
And so it's Memphis, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We'll take a quick break, and then back to the action here. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So on the floor for Memphis, we've got JaMychal Green, Harrison out there with AI. And there's Jackson, and it's Len in at the center. And it's Wiggins missing. Memphis leading by 16. Down low. And Green with the basket on the assist by AI.
You know, JaMychal Green is extremely gifted down low. A solid post threat who can get the job done down there.
Rose kicks to Gibson. Back to Rose. Gibson finds Rose. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And it's off from three-point range. Reyes, the pass to Green. Fires for three. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Grizzlies lead by 20.
Quick off the floor for these offensive rebounds. Green's 7'2" wingspan. It helps him snatch them.
And there's the pass to Gibson. Smitty, every so often we'll hear about a team holding a players-only meeting. You've been there, I'm sure. You've gone through that. What exactly goes on in those discussions?
You know, Kevin, when you hear players-only meeting, something's going wrong with the team. Right. And obviously, we meet all the time, but when there's specific, in quotation, a players-only meeting, there's a lot of things are going wrong with the team, with individuals, with the coaches, with general managers. They are trying to find a way to hash it out, and those are never good.
Karl Anthony Towns checked in for the Timberwolves. Teague comes in for Rose. Memphis also making some changes. Marcus Alls checked in for Alex Len. And it's Caspian for Jackson. The shot's good.
You see the instincts of Butler on plays like this. Understands how and where to get his shots.
AI outside. Gasol. Another possession, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. T kicks to Butler. There's the dish to Gibson. And a wide open look for AI. Rebound, Minnesota.
The open mid-range jump shot. He knows he has to hit that one.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for Memphis. On Friday, they're off to Charlotte to face off with the Hornets. And then on Sunday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the New York Knicks.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
6 to shoot. Caspi gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. We know a lot of NBA players take how they've been rated in a video game, Steve, personally. You've made digital appearances during your career. Did you ever have any issues with the rating?
No, I didn't. And I think now these players that grew up in this generation with video games, so yes, they take it personally. They understand, and they're playing these games while they're in the NBA. So a lot of them, just like when the media is all over them, they want to have a say-so on how good they are, even in a video game.
Reyes, the pass to Gasol. This one for three. And it's AI missing.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Outside Teague. Kicks it to Towns. Over Harrison. That one no good. And it's Memphis the other way. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Gasol. Yep, that one goes. Gasol's got 4 points this quarter.
Give Mark credit. He battles, he fights. That's a tough shot.
Outside Butler. Smitty, you're looking around the league right now. Certain players extremely smart. Which guys do you think will make the transition the easiest from player to coach?
You know, some guys that stick out. Chris Paul, I think Mike Conley. LeBron James, obviously. Those guys, they just stick out. You can see their coaches on the floor, Draymond Green. They just have a way because they have those leadership qualities, and also they play the game the right way. They have such a good understanding and a good feel. Those are some of the guys that stand out for me.
That was a good list. You're right. Timberwolves passing it around. And stolen by AI. And they're on the break. From 10 feet out, and there's Gasol. That's good on the assist by AI. 6 points for Marc Gasol.
When Gasol feels the D playing off of him, he has no problem going right up with the shot. Great confidence from the big man.
Outside Butler. To the middle. And it's Towns missing.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
AI can't hit.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
He swipes the ball away again. His anticipation has been off the charts.
Swiping the ball away with just such ease.
He clearly wants to try and close this game out strong, but your deep range isn't there. You just can't keep forcing it.
It's good.
No wasted time on that catch and shoot. Pretty much nothing you can do if he gets it off that quick.
AI kicks to Griffin. We hear the term empty stats every once in a while, Steve, usually referring to great production on a bad team. How valid do you think that theory is?
It is. A lot of guys you see are averaging, you know, these numbers, and players look around, and you know the players. You're saying, unfortunately for him, those numbers.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin. Well, another win, and the streak goes on. This roll has been amazing. How are you sustaining this level of play every night?
Well, D.A., you know, when you're on a streak like we are, the adrenaline just kind of carries right into the next game. We feel like when we at our best, that we are the best. And I'm going to tell our fans right now, we're not going to turn it off anytime soon.
Quite a sight to see you guys playing as well as you are right now. Congratulations. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge.
I'm just saying, what do you want? Just let me know. Yo, what up, Charlie?
AI, just the guy I was looking for. Press wants to talk to you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You can get changed first.
Okay, I'll be right there.
All right, 5 minutes.